what's what? It's what's what? There's the theme song. I love that here. Although we can't actually hear it,
No,
but we know
we don't have
Austin's going to overlay it over our for our podcast. But yeah, welcome. This is our reality podcast, as we're calling it, where Mama Tess and I talk about our ongoing stuff we have with our various businesses. It may or may not be interesting, but you are here, so you might as well make the best of it.
Absolutely.
So what's happened recently?
We had a really big weekend. So what we're talking about right now is like our Memorial Day weekend, which really kind of kicked off last Wednesday, Thursday-ish, with a bunch of really interesting and crazy things we weren't planning and didn't expect to happen. So we can start off with what was planned, which was the closing of the Goodsprings
Yeah,
school.
it was kind of sad. But more people showed up than
it was really amazing.
Expected. And I wasn't planning on doing any press, but somehow a reporter picked me out of the bunch.
Well, I can see why.
I showed up in my slingshot with all my bling on and stuff, but I wasn't expecting to actually be on camera. I was more hanging out here because we had
supportive. And
we had an event that day called A Day in the Country, where we had 3 different country bands playing, and I was more dressed up for all that. But it was a lot of people showed up to the Goodsprings Elementary School, which, for those of you that don't know, sadly closed down after 113 years of offering classes, and they just had amazing teachers there, and
they really did.
Killer, and I was telling people for a long time, I'm like, if you want to
great education,
great. You've got basically free tutoring because it's 2 teachers, 2 students, and they got just as much funding as a school in Las Vegas would get. Now, they said it was like $1 million a year to operate, which is ridiculous. If that's the case, then that's our tax money going to shit.
Case,
but yeah, so
argument for another day.
Yeah, we had that closing, which sadly they had recently announced the Prim Buffalo Bills and all that closing as well. So a lot of madness going on.
Yeah.
But one positive thing that happened last Thursday is the Korean pop band, the Kpop band BTS, came to the Pioneer Saloon.
They did.
Which was a big
completely
news
unexpected,
for us.
and they just came to hang out for a hot minute.
Yeah, they're in town doing some Allegiant shows, and they wanted to come out and
who would have thought that the Pioneer Saloon would be a place for them to stop? And
now, our friend Michelle, who speaks Korean, did notice.
Yeah, this was pretty funny.
And she was out in the crowd watching the bands and stuff. She heard one tell the other in Korean that our food was really good. So, and they stayed a little longer and ordered a little more, and some to go too,
which is pretty cool.
Which was fun. Yeah, and they loved hanging out with Gordy. Gordy looks like somebody you'd expect out here. And I know a couple of them are Fallout fans, so they probably picked up on the Easy Pete stuff. So we had a good time hanging out with them. And one of the cool things is they asked to borrow
your hat.
Yeah, and so they could wear it on stage, which they actually did.
Yeah, we saw a picture of it, so it was pretty fun.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
It was a pretty
nice guys. Now, it's funny because they didn't speak much English, but frankly, we don't speak much Korean either.
But Michelle taught you and Gordy how to say.
That's right. We were practicing.
Yeah, you were practicing, which was absolutely the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I don't know why that's so funny. We were trying to be serious and focus, and Gordy and I focusing.
You were not focused.
Well, we were. Well, yeah.
You were focused for you and Gordy.
Yeah. So we had, so that was an exciting part.
It was.
Having one of the biggest bands in the world come to the Pioneer Saloon. It's the next generation of fans that will be around for the next 50 years.
When you think about it, there's been a long history of unexpected pop-ins from celebrities and planned ones for that matter. Like, you really never know who you might run into here at the Pioneer Saloon. And then the cool thing is it's a great place for people to go when they don't want to be part of the madness that is the Strip, or involved in, or wanting to get away where people may not necessarily recognize, because it's kind of out of context, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is to have some of these people show up out here and they're just trying to get away and have some quiet time and get disconnected a little bit. And that's one of the great things about Goodsprings, and one of the great things about the Pioneer Saloon is no one out here really gives a shit. Yeah. I mean, they do, but they don't, right? Like, no one's going to come mob you and, fanboy or fangirl over someone being out here. And we try to.
Well, that's true. Austin does
Austin
for
does
me.
For Old Man Level.
But I mean, that's
what are you gonna
that's understand. That's another level of celebrity. That's beyond just Johnny Depp or BTS or one of those characters.
Yeah. So like when you think about all the cool stuff that's ever happened here, you've had Cheech and Chong stuff all over. You've had Miss Congeniality 2.
Yeah, Johnny Depp actually has been here.
Yeah, Johnny Depp actually was here.
Unfortunately, that scene from,
never made it into the actual.
From Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
We have pictures of them being here, but we don't.
They did some filming in here, but it didn't make it into the final cut, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, we've done a bunch of movies. Matt Rife.
Jamie Kennedy did their Don't Suck movie here.
Miss Congeniality 2, and
we had the Golden Knights out here for when they did their New Jersey launch for
and that was right after they won the whole shebang.
Yeah, it was that year. That was awesome. So, and then we went to the game that year and actually saw.
Oh, that was fun.
Saw the promo running on the jumbotrons, which was crazy.
Yeah, that was exciting because I remember going. A friend of mine from high school started this chicken joint called Raising Cane's, and there was Raising Cane's media all over the T-Mobile Arena, and I was like, God, wouldn't it be great to be able to... You
literally were like, it'd be so great if we, and then
all of a sudden,
on cue,
like Pioneer Saloon's on the main scoreboard thing board.
It was really cool,
and like a whole 2-minute commercial that they did for us. It was beautiful. And even if you watch Don't Suck on streaming, it's kind of fun.
You were in it, and so was
that's right.
Peyton.
That's right.
Yeah, Peyton was the server. You were the bartender.
That's right. So I got a little cameo as the Old Man Liver bartending Jamie Kennedy.
We don't normally let Old Man Liver behind the bar. There's very good reasons for that.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't drink all the profits all the time.
No, you just like to make sure everyone consumes cocktails at the same.
I'm just saying.
I'm
the party master. I am the mayhem conductor.
For profit margin reasons, we do not allow him behind the bar.
All right, I get it. But yeah, so we had ZZ.
Just kidding, he's fine.
Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top did his music video.
Yeah.
Five Finger Death Punch has done their Blue and Black video.
Down here.
So we do a pretty decent amount of stuff out here. But
there was that other movie that we discovered that also missed the cut. Do you remember who it was? It was
that was like from the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Shelley Long and Bette Midler and God, there was another. I can't think of who it is. We'll figure it out by the time this airs, and we'll edit it in.
Yeah, it was. And
we've got pictures of them being on set here, but.
Outrageous Fortune. Austin got it. Yeah, thank you.
So they filmed out here, but the scenes never made it into the final cut of the movie, which is
we're like
crazy.
The Matt Rife movie. It's like a Pioneer Saloon
they literally
commercial.
had their shootout in the front.
Yeah, that was awesome. And it was like 3 a.m, but it looked like...
That was also that night that you had the interesting little paranormal experience, too. You remember that?
Yeah, that's when the whole crew left.
Yep.
And I heard a big bang in the dining room. Was that night?
That was that night.
And...
that was the night that the orb went over your head, remember?
Yeah, because I couldn't figure out what
made
that noise, and I thought like the crew had backed into the wall or something. I was the only one here cleaning up. Of course, it always happens when I'm by myself. And so, and then I'm looking around the room, and I didn't notice this until I watched the security cameras next day, trying to figure out
where
the noise was,
because
it was like somebody thumped a table over, and then I walk in and there was nothing here. And then it wasn't, and that was where this like weird orb flies over my head, and it's not even an orb; it like had a tail, and then it goes over my head and goes off in a different direction,
which you never even saw until you watched the film.
The thing. And I even put it on YouTube. You can find it right now on YouTube, and I put it in slow motion. I just said, "Can anybody explain this?" And no one has yet. Because it's weird.
We would love for somebody to debunk it.
I know what dust looks like.
We know what bugs look like. We've seen plenty of them on.
It's none of that.
We've seen plenty of those when we've gone back to try to figure out what stuff was.
I cannot explain that to this day. So, but yeah, so so we've had a hell
this weekend
of a...
was a lot of fun. Like there was your typical like interesting customer drama, which we won't get too much into, but like just that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, we had 5 days of live bands all the way through Memorial Day, and everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
But good times. Well, that's what's been happening with us the last few days. Thank you for joining us on What's What with Old Man Liver. We'll see you next time.
Woo-ta!
It's What's What! It's What's What!